All right, chat. So today I want to explain something to you that's like kind of crazy. I'm not going to show the usernames but there's probably a scam going. I mean, there's a phishing stuff going on around that said like if you have servers in common with like someone that got hacked, they say, "Hello, can we talk for a moment? I have to tell you something." I almost fell for it, but I caught on. I caught on to the red flags. So I said, "Yeah, I don't really care about my Steam." And I said, "What happened?" And then he basically deleted the emails. And I mean, no, not the emails, the messages. I mean, I literally have them in screenshots right here. Okay, so look. They literally said, "Good day from the Valve team. This is Mrs. Vivian Lee, official. Please indicate the reason for adding me along with the ticket number of report, so I can review review any record." Keep in mind, this is a banned account because they literally, I literally reported them. They forgot to delete the messages, by the way. And then I said hi. And they said, "Please provide the reason." And then I said, "Hey, so I have a case where someone was trying to contact me through Steam, and I couldn't get an email about it. What happened? My link is this," which is my Steam. And then I said, and then no, they said, "Can you please state the name of the person who mistakenly reported you, and if you have a screenshot of the conversation between the two of you, kindly send it here." And then I said, "Can I give you the ticket ID?" They literally just put the ticket ID right here, which is probably a fake ID. So that's like the first little red flag. Because how would that work? And then I said, "Yes, how do I resolve that issue?" And then they said, "All right, could you please take a screenshot of your whole conversation with the user that reported you?" Which I literally have those right here. So they said, "Hello, sorry if I bothered you. This is your Steam." And then, "Sorry for asking on your Steam." And then they said they sent me an email, but I never got an email. So that was like, huh? How would Steam be that dumb to do that? So I was like, all right, I'm just gonna resolve this. And then I was like, no. Whenever they gave me the Discord, I was like, what? Why would they use Discord out of all places? And then they said, "Yes, I recently received the report according to our coordinator's review of the legal activity." You know, I like how they use like super fancy words to actually like fall you into the trap, but I never fall for traps. "And now I'm looking up any information about the records of your Steam account, and according to what I read, you have been reported by mistake." And he was trying to report someone else. And then India. I have no idea if he wanted to or not. "I believe this is your Steam account that was connected to your Discord that has been falsely reported, right?" And then I said yes. And then they said, "Thank you. I'm looking up the information about the records of your Steam," which is basically just, you know. And then they probably AI generated this this image. And then they said, "And I am only here to investigate it. There are processes that you need to undergo, and once you pass and prove that you are innocent, you will be saved. So my advice to you is to follow my instructions carefully so that we could solve this. Is that clear?" And then I said yes. And then they proceed with the security. So they told me to take a screenshot of my purchase history, which, what the heck? That's barely even anything. They put my user right here because they think no, they told me to get my user, like, right here. And so when they went to Steam, right, they wanted to add a new account or, like, do something like that. And then they asked if this was my main. So, yes, it is my main. So, whenever you want to, like, log into something, if you can't find whatever it is, it's basically, you could just go through the phone number way. So, that's going to come up. It's my main, so may I ask you? This is where the part comes up. Your phone number with your Steam account. And then they said, add the phone number to your Steam account, which, okay, yes, I'm going to trust this link because I already verified it. And, yeah, this is my number. I've already done it. And then they said, add number to Steam account, and then I said, okay, I did it. Thanks for protecting my account even more. So I was still a little bit suspicious about it. So I was like, oh, they said, all right, we'll run your account in a validation program, which is like, what even is that, bro? Like, this is not a side of Steam that I known. They're just simple. Okay, anyways, there would be maintenance on your Steam account, and they said told me to log out. So that's another red flag. That's another red flag. And then they said, I'm done. And then they said to, like, disable your Steam Guard mobile authenticator, which is really weird, because why would you need to do that if you're just real Steam support? Right? And then I said, I'm done. I logged out my Steam for real. And then they said, Steam database will send you a code for us to change the report credentials on your account. And then once it was sent to my phone number, this is where I really caught on to them. So look, they sent me a thing where it said use code, my code, to change credentials for your account. So I was like, whoa. Okay. So I was like, okay, wait. And then it says, I wanted to read this image very clearly because, look, a verification code was sent to phone number ending in 27. Enter the account verification code that you received. You. Who is you? That's what I thought. Okay? And then they probably inspect elemented this image to say remove issue. Right? And then I said, okay, wait. They said, did you receive the code? Why can't you do it? Just I need the removal issue code so that we can change the credentials to remove all the reports on your Steam account. All clear. It's said to change my credentials. That's what it literally said. So I said, what are you changing? What are you changing? And then they literally said, so please state stated here the code. They skipped past what I'm saying. What are you changing? And then they said, no. I said, no. Why are you skipping that? Answer me now. This is not how Valve works. So then after that, they literally blocked me. And I could still report them from here, like their messages. And I somehow got this one banned and this one banned. So that's how I actually just literally survived the craziest case of my whole entire life. And yes, I'm actually kind of happy with myself. It's kind of crazy how I fell that far into the scam. But look, I caught on later. That's going to be great. So I just want you to know about this scam because I don't want y'all to fall for this because I know there's a lot of people with a lot of Discord. Anyways, I hope y'all enjoyed this video. This is why my name is Echo Frame, because I echo the news. No, you don't get it? Okay, my bad. Y'all could just, you just click off the video, bro. Just click off the video.